Thousands of runners laced up their shoes for the 45th annual BOLDERBoulder this morning. It's a 10K race in Boulder and is one of the largest road races in the U.S. The finishers were welcomed back to the CU Stadium after the race. Then a Memorial Day tribute was held to honor the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Every year, the BOLDERBoulder honors our heroes in different ways, and this year it featured veterans from each of our country's wars. One of the men who proudly stood in Folsom Field today is former CU psychology professor Dick Jesser. He served in the Marine Corps during World War II. Scripps News Group's Dan Grossman sat down with him to talk about his life's journey and how the lessons he learned in Iwo Jima propelled him to incredible heights.
I've done some well-known peaks around the world.
To say that 100-year-old Dick Jesser climbs mountains is to ignore one very simple fact.
This is the summit of Kilimanjaro in Africa.
The fact that he has ascended to heaven's doorstep time and again because of his ability to stare fear in the eye without batting his.
What really is the thrill of climbing is the doing of it, and there's always some uncertainty. I see hundreds of people walking up Everest, and then I begin to worry.
Dick fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima after enlisting in the Marine Corps in his early 20s. He says the only reason he joined was because the door to the Navy recruitment office was closed. It was the most uncertain 5 weeks of Dick's life as he and his squadron encountered relentless fire and bombings.
It was a matter of thinking that every day was the end of it. And so I wrote to my parents and said goodbye and thanked them for all they had done.
It was a letter Dick says his mother kept until her dying day, and one that would ultimately change the entire trajectory of his life.
I got up from my foxhole and looked over, and there was a dead Japanese nearby. So I walked over, bent over to pull up his shirt, and I saw that he had letters in his pocket. And in that instant, I thought, I have letters in my pocket. This guy is just like me. We share the same humanity. What am I doing here?
It was in that moment, Dick says, his purpose changed. He became a professor and world-renowned psychological researcher at CU. He then became an avid climber and marathon runner, as Dick has completed the BOLDERBoulder more than 30 times and the New York City Marathon 8, all since the age of 70. In a way, he credits it all to his time in service.
Having survived that, I have always had a sense then, if I could survive evil, I can do anything.
We often say when one door closes, another opens.
This is a picture in Ecuador.
It's almost poetic that a closed door to the Naval Recruitment Office opened the door to the rest of Dick's life.
I would say that it has been an exciting and rewarding adventure.